Okay, welcome to the PairRec San Fran Tourism channel. Our goal is to help you find your point of entrance by showcasing the top attractions within the San Francisco Bay Area. Today's focus will be Phase 4, a series of adventures on showcasing the scenic drive on Highway 1 from Bodega Bay to Mendocino. Now, Bodega Bay is approximately 66 miles north of San Francisco. It offers incredible scenic views of the ocean. You have bird watching, trails, hiking trails, and scenic views of the Bodega Bay, and much more. I'll left a link in the description for phases 1, 2, and 3 in the description. Now today, phase 4, we're going to continue our journey in the Bodega Bay as we head northbound on Highway 1. Furthermore, we've created a series of chapters within the description, within the video, that will provide timestamps in the description where you can identify specific points of interest within the video. So all you have to do is go within the description and look at the timestamps, and you could identify a specific area of interest within the video. With that being the case, let's get started. Now, today's weather in Bodega Bay is 55 degrees Fahrenheit with 69% humidity, 8-mile-an-hour winds, and today's date is Saturday, November 14, 2020 at 12:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now we're going to begin our adventure going northbound on Highway 1. As you can see, there's motorcycle opportunities as well. The cross street is going to be East Shore Drive. Now, Second Wind offers kites, toys, sweets, and fun. They also offer saltwater on tap. They're located at 1805 Highway 1. Here's some decorative items that are just outside of the Second Wind store. Now, as you drive along Highway 1, you can see that there's a very thin shoulder there, so if you're cycling, it's going to be a little difficult, but not impossible. In fact, we see a cyclist coming up right now. So there are cyclists. The Bodega Bay RV Park offers a bocce ball, a restaurant, 30 and 50 amp hookups, and a putting green. Now, they're located at 2001 Highway 1. La Bodega is a Mexican restaurant that offers burritos, margaritas, and tierra. They also have to-go catering. Now, they're located at 2001 Highway 1. They also offer outdoor dining. And finally, La Boganita also offers shrimps, fish tacos, chicks mole, and also organic espresso, served daily. The Bodega Bay Community Center offers a farmers market from Memorial Day until October. Now, they're located at 2255 Highway 1. The entrance to the Bodega Bay Community Center. I see there's a bell tower right on the hill there. Interesting. Now be aware of deer that travel along Highway 1. I usually don't see them in the afternoon, but at night, when you're driving on Highway 1, you want to be more conscious of them. Now here's one of several turnouts that you'll see along Highway 1 where you can stop, pull over to the side, and take photos or videos of spectacular views of either the ocean or the hillside mountains, or in this case, the redwood trees I'll show you in a minute. As you can see, there are wonderful views of the redwood trees. And this segment of Highway 1 is a little bit further from the ocean, but it's going to be turning towards the ocean as we move further north on Highway 1. You'll see it as we get closer. Here's a wonderful view of the hillside mountains. We'll see more of these mountains as we move along Highway 1. Now approaching Sonoma Cove State Beach. Now here's the entrance to the Bodega Dunes campground. It's at 2485 Highway 1. We won't be going into the campground, but I want to show you the road leading into the campground. One thing that's interesting about Highway 1 is, like San Francisco, one side of the road is going to be even numbered street addresses, and the other side is going to be odd numbered street addresses. I'll show you in a minute. So you can see there's wildlife along Highway 1 as well, some goats coming to the fence. Here's another shot of the goats. One final close-up shot of the goats. Now here's the road leading down to the Bodega Dunes campground. So those of you into camping, this will be an option for you, but as the sign indicated earlier, the campground is currently full. Here's yet another turnout that's adjacent to the road leading down to the Bodega Dunes campground, again where you can park and maybe go a hike, or maybe take photographs or whatever you would like to do. So, as I was explaining earlier, the number of street alignment is one where this address leading to the road down to the Bodega Dunes campground is at 2485. And then right across the street where the goats are at, the address there is 2460. I'll show you in a minute. So you see, this is the even number side of Highway 1 at 2460. So that's what you need to know when you're trying to find a specific location point, is if the address you're looking for is on the even side, one side of the street or the other, by whether or not it's odd numbered or even numbered address. Well, there's a horseback riding stable just a few feet from where we're at right now. So I mentioned this earlier in one of the earlier phases in Bodega Head that there's opportunities for horseback riding here in Bodega Bay. Again, you want to check out my links in the description for phases 1, 2, and 3 of Bodega Bay. So here's our first glimpse of the Pacific Ocean along Highway 1. It's going to be quite extraordinary as we continue our journey on Highway 1, because you'll see the ocean on one side of the highway, and then you'll see the view of the mountains on the other. I'll show you the view of the mountains in a minute. So you can see right across the street is the view of the mountains, and then you've got wildlife and farms right across the street. So it's quite a journey of adventure you're going to be able to explore when traveling on Highway 1. So here at Chancellor Ranch is where you would have the opportunity for horseback riding. You'd want to contact them directly to find out more details. I'll try to leave a link in the description for their website and contact information. They're located at 2660 Highway 1. The entrance to Chancellor Ranch. More shots of the scenic Highway 1 drive as we're heading northbound. Another wonderful shot of Highway 1 going northbound. Okay, coming upon another turnout where, as I said earlier, you can stop, take photographs, videos of scenic views of the mountains. I'll show you in a minute. But also there's a call box where you can make important phone calls, so emergency phone calls, if you don't have a cell phone. I'll show you that in a minute as well. Now at this particular turnout, there's an absolutely spectacular view of the mountains, and also there's some bird watching activity as well. And there's a little pond just beyond these trees here. I'll try to get it in the video if I can. Here's another wonderful shot of the hillside mountains. So here's an up-close view of the call box. I'll show you the actual phone here in a minute. Now this call box is located really almost at the corner of Bean Avenue and Highway 1. As I said earlier, if you have an emergency, provided you don't have one, because the cellular isn't that good here. It's spotty on Highway 1, as I've noticed. If you're pretty much near any restaurant or any business establishment, you seem to pick up the cellular better, but in certain areas of Highway 1, you won't be able to get any cellular. So the call box will come in handy at that point. So if you're interested in purchasing real estate in the area, you can check out Artesian, Soft Bays, International Realty. John Chute is the main contact, 888-753-5132. Now continuing our journey on Highway 1. Now we're approaching a small bridge here, and the bridge crosses Salmon Creek. That's the little creek I was telling you about earlier that I saw along Highway 1, that I couldn't get a clear view of it because of the bushes and trees in the way. So yes, this is Salmon Creek, and as you see on the right side of the Highway 1, where the mountain side is, you'll see the creek. And then on the other side of Highway 1, you'll see how the creek leads out to the Pacific Ocean. I'll show you. So right across the street, along the bridge, you just see Salmon Creek as it heads out to the Pacific Ocean. So if you have any questions or concerns in regards to the state park, Sonoma Cove State Park that is, here's the park headquarters where you can contact them directly. Their address is 3095 Highway 1. So you can see we're getting very close to the entrance to the beach. So this is what you're going to see as well as you're coming along Highway 1. You might not see anything but mountains or trees, but then as you continue to go along 1 is when you'll see more of the beach, ocean, and then eventually you'll see the beach access to it. So our first beach access along Highway 1 is going to be North Salmon Creek Beach. So let's check it out. As you can see, there's plenty of parking here at North Salmon Creek Beach, but it's also very crowded as well. Today is Saturday, so usually what I find is that the state parks are not as busy during the midweek as they are on the weekend. So bear that in mind when you decide to come out. It's always going to be busier on the weekends versus during the midweek. So at the beach there are 2 restrooms, actually 2 booths of restrooms, both men and women, that you can access. So here's a sign directing you to the beach access. They also emphasize no dogs on the beach as well allowed. So here's one of the trails leading down to the beach. Well, although there is a trail leading down to the beach, it's kind of very steep. You probably wouldn't want to take it. I'm going to show you an easier way of getting down to the beach, but nevertheless, here's kind of like a vista point where you can see spectacular views of the ocean. As I indicated, as you can see, the hill is very steep heading down to the beach, so we're going to show you another beach access here in a minute. Okay, now here's another sign leading you down to the beach, but this is a trail. It's going to be a little bit easier to get down to the beach, so we'll check it out. So As we approach the entrance to the beach, they do have a sign here indicating some things you need to be aware of. Beach safety, rip currents for starters, face the shore always, stay afloat, wave and yell for help, etc., etc. Call 911. Hi. All the things you need to know to make your experience safer on the beach. So here's the step well leading down to the beach. How we doing? Huh. Now as you get closer towards the beach, they do have some tricky step wells here. You might want to pay attention and walk carefully as you approach the beach. So we made it. So let's check out the beach. Let's see what your options are to enjoy this wonderful beach. Well, just to our right is someone flying a kite. So you've got kite flying opportunities. So there's also an opportunity to sit, relax, and enjoy the sun. So here we get a chance to observe the beginning of the kite flying. There's the other end of the kite. All right, so here we go. The kite has begun. So upon entering the beach, you have the opportunity to go either northbound or southbound. If you decide to go northbound from where we entered the beach, it appears as though it might come to an end where the hillside cliffs are at. But if you go southbound, I'll show you in a minute, there's going to be more beach access to explore. So as you can see, if you decide to walk southbound, there's going to be more of the beach to explore and see. So let's go southbound. Here's another shot of our kite specialist. The first time he tried it, it crashed. So let's see what he can do this time around. So you can also play catch football on the beach. More stunning views of the ocean. There are also opportunities to wade in the water. So as you can see, there's more kite opportunities, or more opportunities to fly kites as well. Now we're going to turn around and head back to East Shore Road and Highway 1 near the Bodega Bay Inn. Well, this concludes our Phase 5 journey of the Highway 1 Scenic Drive from Bodega Bay as we head towards Mendocino. If you like what you learned and saw, I appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share with your family and friends. And also view my website at PairRec.com. That's PairRec.com, where you can view my blog and get more details about the adventure. Also, while you're there, you can subscribe to my newsletter where you can get discounts and promotions on lodging, dining, shopping, wine tasting, rental cars, and much more. And finally, don't forget to tune in to Phase 4 I'm sorry, stage 5, as we continue our journey along the Highway 1 scenic drive as we head towards Mendocino. That's all for now, and have a nice day. We'll see you in the next film shoot. Bye.